States that have been
خب همین تعریف کن چیکار کردیم این هفته.
Women because of our nature of
ببین همین الان بذار من نکته رو بگم. دو تا نکته اساسی داریم. اولا که اتفاقات مجلس ایران یه سری حضور عجیب غریبی از زنها رو رقم زد که تا به امروز مشابه نداشت. ما همیشه مشارکت زنانمون تو عرصه سیاست زیر 5% بوده. اما الان 14 تا زن انتخاب مستقیم شدن و 7-8 نفر هم در آستانه پیوستن به مجلسن که احتمال رأی‌آوریشون هم کم نیست. یه نکته دیگه هم ابعاد بین‌المللی حضور سیاسی زنانه که خب الان دو تا قضیه خیلی مهمش، یکی بحث انتخاب دبیرکل سازمان ملل، یکیش هم بحث خانم کلینتون تو آمریکا. تو این دو تا حوزه چیکار کردیم ما تو این برنامه؟
دبیرکل سازمان ملل رو ما با سوزان صحبت کردیم، توی صحبتمون با سوزان هست و خب ما 3 تا الان کاندید داریم برای پست دبیرکلی سازمان ملل. از الان 7 تا کاندیدا داریم، 3 تا از این 7 تا خانم هستن. We have three women as candidates for being the Secretary General of the United Nations. Do you think that if a woman can acquire that position would be helpful?
Absolutely. To have a well-rounded concept, especially for an international body, who not only has to understand what every country is going through, but what each gender is going through. Absolutely. But it depends on not just the fact that she's a woman. So we can't get caught up on the fact that she's physically female. We also have to get into what her position is personally, how she makes her decisions, what decisions has she made, what has influenced her decisions. Because it's how the person thinks. You know, the Oscars just happened here in the United States, and all the women walking down the red carpet were asked what dress they were wearing. But the men, well, they talked about intellectual things and methodologies and movies and the producer role or technical issue.
Well, of course, women are not equal. There is not even equal rights in terms of wages, even for white women. And women of all colors and women of all social strata are discriminated against, you know, from the CEOs that, you know, they said that they hit what they call the glass ceiling because they cannot go beyond what their counterparts, men counterparts go. So this, in this quote unquote democratic country that tries to teach every other country in the world how to be, there is a deep discrimination of women, of all women, of all women.
البته جنس حضور سیاسی زنان تو غرب با جنس حضور سیاسی زنان تو ایران فرق میکنه. اونا زناشون بیشتر از اینکه زن باشن سیاستمدارن، یعنی سیاستمدار به ما هو سیاستمدار اونجا نقش بازی میکنه، نه یک زنی که وارد عرصه سیاست شده. هنوز تو ایران ما به این شکل زن سیاستمدار نداریم.
And one example was years ago the case of Cynthia McKinley, who was a representative in the official Democratic Party. And because she was having a lot of support from communities, and particular communities of color, Black communities, the establishment redesigned the district where she was, so she would lose, and because it was mostly majority white, and in that district. So women of color face a big challenge in terms of being participants in the official parties.
I think that it's about time in 2016 that women have the same rights as men do. So I think that women in politics adds a flair to it that normally doesn't occur, because in a complete patriarchy or with just men running the show, you tend to have a very testosterone-driven ideology and outlook, and how you deal with consequences is also from that perspective. Having a little bit of estrogen involved, I think, is a good thing.
ما تو بحث هیلاری کلینتون که صحبت کردیم با هم سوزان هم برتا، نکته‌ای که هست اینه که همین رو تقریبا میگن در مورد هیلاری کلینتون که یک زن نیست که سیاست مداره، یک زنی است که داره مردانه سیاست می‌ورزه، یعنی مثل مردها داره رفتار میکنه، تیپ مردها صحبت میکنه.
There's a large majority of this country that is run by men, and it's Christian based and it's evangelical in nature, fundamentalist, nationalist. They don't think that a woman's place is anywhere but in the kitchen, barefoot and pregnant. So the idea that a woman would run this country is terrifying to them, because that means that that is the ultimate right for women. And that's 2,000, 3,000-year-old fairy tale dictating what's happening today. That's unacceptable. We're grown up enough to understand how things work and how things are, and we don't need to hang on to a Linus-like blanket, security blanket, in order to make our decisions.
But in general, women, because of our nature of, being mothers or being, taking care of our families and our relatives are more, in that sense, are more humane. We see politics in a different way, in a more global way than usually men do. So it is important for women to be in the not only involved, but as much as in the forefront and being recognized, because that's the other problem. Many women are in the forefront but are not recognized.
به تعبیری حالا من با سوزان که صحبت می‌کردم تمام موافق بود. نتیجه گیری این بود که عرصه سیاسی داره وادار میکنه یکی مثل هیلاری کلینتون رو که مردانه رفتار بکنه، اثری از زن بودنش وجود نداشته باشه.
این اتفاق به نظر تو سیاست ایرانی هم میفته؟ یعنی ما سالهای دیگه ما به این سمت میریم که زنان اون بیش از این که زن باشن سیاستمدار باشن؟
نمونه‌هاش رو فکر می‌کنم داریم.
جدی اعتقاد داریم؟
بعضی خانم‌ها رو ما داشتیم، حالا چه توی عرصه‌های دولتی چه تو مجلس، که کار خاصی تو حوزه زنان شاید نکرده باشن و بیشتر به عنوان یک مهره برای آقایون دارن رفتار میکنن.
نه، منظورم این نبود. منظورم این بودش که به نظر زنان ما بعد از حضور جدی‌تر تو عرصه سیاست یه خورده خاصیت‌های زنانگیشون رو از دست میدن، بیشتر مردان عرصه سیاست میشن در قواره خانم‌ها، در لباس خانم‌ها.
تو این بود نه، هنوز نداریم. الحمدلله خوشبختانه هنوز نداریم، ولی امیدوارم که به این سمت نریم.